Hi guys, welcome back. Let's discuss the Glock 17, one of the most popular handguns to have ever hit the market. It has been around since 1982 and carries a rich history of excellence. The gun was initially designed for the Austrian armed forces when the government sought a replacement for World War II handgun. Winning the bid for the contract was not easy as the government rolled out 17 criteria. Some notable requirements included self-loading, standard NATA caliber, and safety against an accidental charge. Glock poured in all of its resources and hence won the bid upon inspection, which followed after shooting 15,000 rounds. The firearm manufacturer's extensive use of synthetic material and modern technology made Glock 17 cost-effective as well. After the initial success with the Austrian military, Glock 17 went on to win several other contracts from Norwegian, British, French, and American militaries. The handgun also has massive commercial success in the US and remains one of the most reliable and accurate personal protection guns for Americans. Over the course of more than 3 decades, Glock has launched several variants of Model 17, and pretty much all of them have lived up to the expectation of gun enthusiasts. The latest of the lot is Glock 17 Gen 5, which was introduced in August 2017. I have been using this gun for more than 4 years, and after repeated requests from viewers, decided to take it out once again. So, if you have been looking to replace your old gun or purchase a new one, this video is for you. Let's take a look at how it fares against its predecessor and what to expect should you purchase the weapon. Glock 17 Gen 5 versus Glock 17 Gen 4. The key differences. While there is a gap of just one generation between the two handguns, the differences between them are significant. The Glock 17 Gen 5 looks completely revamped, at least on paper, as everything from dimensions to the trigger has been modified. Although there is not much difference between the weights, the Gen 5 model slightly modifies the height and width. The width of Gen 5 is 1.34 inches compared to the 1.18 inches of Gen 4, and the height is 6.14 inches compared to the 5.43 inches of Gen 4. Furthermore, the new generation lacks finger grooves on the grip and uses a scalloped cut in the front of the grip frame instead. The design of the barrel, slide, and finish have also been modified. The Gen 5 features marksman barrel, which uses new rifling, a smaller crown, a beveled muzzle, and NDLC ion-bonded coating. The firing pin in the Gen 4 was rounded and lacked side support, whereas the Gen 5 features a thicker and squared pin in addition to ramp support. Glock has also modified the magazines as the newer model introduces an orange follower, an extended clip, and a flare in the magazine as well. Besides the finger grooves, which have long remained controversial, everything else in the Gen 5 looks improved. Furthermore, the price difference between the two variants is not that much, so if you are looking for a new gun, the 5th Gen is an ideal pick. But as for those who are thinking of upgrading their 4th Gen Model 17, you might want to stick around for the complete video. On the range with Glock 17 Gen 5. In addition to Glock 17 Gen 5, I'm in possession of several other Glock models, including a 4th Gen Glock 17 as well, and fortunately have enough experience with them which I tried to capitalize on during my testing for this video. While the dimensions of Gen 5 are slightly changed, I did not feel much difference even when I was holding Gen 4 on it. It is not a bad thing because Glock, more than all firearm manufacturers, is familiar with, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Like the Gen 4, I felt right at home with the newer generation as well. Furthermore, the design of both generations is squarish with blocky aesthetics. The Gen 5 has more shine. It is probably because of the NDLC coating, which provides a certain luster to the gun. However, it comes at the cost of fingerprint smudges, which fortunately can be removed with a plain cloth. It is really a trade-off and comes down to personal preferences. I, for one, like the Gen 5 better because it looked great under glass shelves when cleaned nicely. The grooves on the grip are a controversial topic, but I have always enjoyed them. I just feel a better grip and ergonomics because of the grooves. So I was not particularly thrilled when I held the Gen 5 because it lacks these, but some people find grooves rather inconvenient, so it is a happy change for them. It is a matter of personal preferences, but not an issue that can make or break a deal. While beginning my tests at the range, the first thing that I noticed was the flared magazine. It was a nice feeling to change magazines quickly and smoothly. While I had used the Glock 17 before, this was the first time I fired a couple of hundred rounds from it in a single go. And as expected, not one shot experienced an anomaly in the cycle. All ammunition cycled smoothly. Even at 25 yards from the target, I felt very confident in terms of accuracy, and the recoil was comparable to Gen 4 models. I was able to fire shots in tandem with each other without missing the target. However, the shots were not taken with standard polymer sight. It is an open secret that Glock has not been able to meet the benchmarks that are set by other firearm manufacturers. Despite some upgrades, I had to replace the built-in sights with Ameriglow night sights. Another complaint that has been reported a lot is related to triggers. Gun enthusiasts do not seem to be thrilled with the standard Glock trigger. Fortunately, the Glock has made some efforts and design changes to make it more manageable. The Gen 5 models include a safety blade built into the trigger, which must be depressed in order to fire. Furthermore, the pull and brake improvements were noticeable compared with Glock 4. The newer model offered crisp reset, which made follow-up shots relatively easy. Furthermore, the slide on Gen 5 is smooth and offers a decent grip and texture. Even with sweaty hands, it is not that difficult to cycle the handgun. The finger grooves on the slide ensure that the hand does not slip. However, it would have been even better if Glock had added front slide serration. Again, it could be my personal preference, but I believe it makes the gun even easier to load. Back when Glock 17 5 Gen was released, the aftermarket did not offer many options because of design change, but the market has now caught up and offers everything from barrels to triggers. Furthermore, some suppliers even offer custom magazines and barrels which can be personalized to your liking. As discussed, the Gen 5 uses new rifling, which is supposed to be more accurate and reliable. But to be honest, I did not notice much difference in accuracy when compared with the Gen 4 model. But theoretically, the better accuracy comes at the cost of a muzzle velocity. Although it is not noticeable, some enthusiasts might want to go back to traditional refilling. Fortunately, markets offer several options for them, but you have to be careful, as the barrel of Gen 4 does not fit on the Gen 5. Final thoughts. While the Gen 5 looks much better than Glock 4, it is not the case. Yes, there are subtle differences between the two, but the impact is minimal when it comes to practicality. The newer model has some advantages, making it a better choice for people who never owned a gun. But for those who already own Glock 17 Gen 4, the differences are not worth the upgrade, unless you want to get rid of those grooves on the grips. That is it for this video. We hope it was fun and informative. Stay connected with us to learn more about firearms and the news around them. We will see you at the next one.